What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for another pre-match fan show. First Premier League game of the Conte era. And all the Spurs fans got smiles on their faces right now. John, I can see a little smile creeping into your face as well. The morosexual army is strong.
Growing, man.
It's growing. It definitely is growing. Everywhere I go, I hear morosexual this, morosexual that. You've created something, John.
Are you going to talk about there might be a T-shirt?
There might be. Not fully in production yet, but we do have 2 T-shirts that are going to be available on offer next week, actually. An Italian job T-shirt with Paratici and Conte, and also a Heung-min Son T-shirt as well. So
you don't miss a trick, do you?
If you want to get your hands on them, we will be advertising them very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for them. But we are here to talk about the game this weekend, how this video is going to be structured. We're going to have a little chat, and then we're going to go on to Conte's press conference, listen to every word that was said on the press conference, and we'll react to it. And then it is your chance to have your say. This is not just open to members, it's open to everyone. So link is in the community section. So if you want to come on and have your say, all you have to do is click that link and come on and have your say with myself and John. Sim will be back in the studio for the game this weekend. But John, how are you feeling coming into the game for this weekend?
Oh God, it could go anyway, couldn't it?
You know,
I think it's going to be high.
Goodison Park since 2012. How mad is that?
And I think they've only got maybe one player left from that team as well, Everton. I got a feeling it's going to be like a cricket score.
Yeah. Do you reckon?
I think it's going to be like 3-3.
There's 2 like pragmatic managers coming head to head, Benitez and Conte.
No, I still think it's going to be wide open. For some reason, I've got that feeling it's going to be, A
bit similar to when Mourinho and Ancelotti went head-to-head in a 5-4.
Was that 5-4? Yeah, they won 5-4, didn't they, Everton?
Yeah, in the FA Cup.
Yeah. I've got a feeling it's going to be quite a high-scoring game, yeah.
I got a super chat here from The Truth Sets Free. Thank you so much for the super chat. There's no comment on it, but thank you very much. He says, legends in the studio. Thanks, guys. God bless.
God bless you, Truth.
Big up. The Truth Sets Free. But yeah.
What are you going for, 2-1?
I'm going for 2-1. That's my prediction, but it's impossible to tell, really, because we've only seen one game in a Conference League, and you know these games are really hard barometers to tell like where you're actually at. It has only been one game under a new regime, but I'm just loving everything Conte is going for at the moment. His Mina on the sidelines, the way he's just on the edge of his technical area, barking out instructions all the time. And when you compare that to Nuno, that's what you got.
I know. Or stroking the beard a little bit. That's kind of what you got. And he just looked a little bit miserable, didn't he, at the sidelines, Nuno?
Definitely. After that Palace game, he seemed like a dead man walking. But look, there's no need to look back. There's no need to look back.
We want that passion.
Yeah, and that passion is what we've got right now.
You could see him. I was kind of trying to guess the words that he was saying, but you could see him like barking orders, and I think he was like saying "play."
Yeah, he was.
I can't tell what he was actually saying. I think he was saying, "Play." Could you hear it?
I couldn't hear it, but I saw the video.
You saw the video, yeah. So you could see you weren't really getting that in the past from Nuno, or maybe from even other managers. But you get the impression that he's really there. He's with the players, kicking the ball. With every pass they're making, he's doing it as well, isn't he? Rather than just sort of being a passive manager on the sidelines. That's what we like to see.
Definitely. And I saw like a nucleus of what he's trying to go for yesterday in the Conference League. I know we couldn't keep up for the whole game, but for that first half an hour, we were dynamite, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, especially even the first minute we should have scored.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just dynamite. It was also, it looked quite polished, looked quite composed. It looked as though, I said this before, but it looked as though we'd been playing for a while under Conte. That's what surprised me. It wasn't just raw and kind of all over the place, but with a lot of aggression and energy. There was a certain cohesiveness to the way that we played in those first 30 minutes. But I would say, though, that what happened after half-time, though?
I think it actually.
Why did we come out?
I think it actually happened before half time.
Maybe the last 10 minutes before half time.
I think Conte said it after the game, like that when they got the 2 goals, he saw the confidence just seep out the team.
Conte said that.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
why should that be the case?
Because we've got a squad of weak mentality. That's
weak
why.
Mentality,
and Conte can't come in and change the whole mentality of a club after 24 hours of being in the job.
No, I don't expect him to. But why?
That's
why is that the case though? That the heads just go like when you're 3-0 up.
God knows.
Yeah,
God knows. I think they took their foot off the gas. I don't think the heads went at 3-0 up. I think the heads went when we started to concede those goals.
Yeah.
That's when the heads went.
But why couldn't we run? We weren't even running around. It was just like...
But we were, and then we just stopped. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad that happened for Conte, because now Conte can see exactly what he's got to work with.
Yeah.
He basically saw about 10 games worth in one game, didn't he?
Literally.
If you took all the incidents from 10 games and packed them into one.
Shall we have a look at the press conference?
Yep.
Let's. I haven't heard any of it yet. The full video is on the channel as well, where you can watch after you join the streams. You don't want to be leaving the stream because we are playing it now. But let's give it a whirl and see what Conte has had to say.
Hi, Antonio. I just want to talk to you a bit more about your track record. Your record shows you know how to improve teams and win trophies, but what support do you need from the club to be able to do that?
But for sure, when there is a win and there is always a great work behind from all coach, players, staff, and all people who work for the club. And for sure, the club is an important part of this win. Also because the last final decision is always for the club, and I consider the club very important to win at the final of the season.
Thanks, Paul. We'll go to Paul Belveston, please.
Thank you very much, Antonio. Your last Premier League game was against Rafa Benitez and Newcastle. What sort of challenge do you expect him and Everton to give you in your first Premier League game back?
Yeah, I remember that I lost. I lost my last game in Premier League against Benitez, and for sure we were our expectation to have a tough game, because Everton is a really good team. Goodison Park is not a easy place to play, but at the same time we want to show that we want to try to improve the result, especially for our table. But it won't be easy, and as I said yesterday, we need to work. We need to work a lot to try to improve this team under many aspects, not only tactically but also physically. And we need a bit of time to do this, especially to find the time, and it's a bit difficult.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Carrie Brown, please.
Welcome, Antonio, back to London.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Harry Kane has said you are the manager that makes players want to put their body on the line, that it shows the ambition of the club. Are you seeing the ambition from him, and will he be in that number 9 role in front of goal with you always?
Yeah, and we're talking an important player, not only for Tottenham but also for the national team, and Harry is a really good player, and for sure we have to work. We have to work with him, but with all the players to improve this situation. And I have seen in these few days that we need to work. We need to work a lot to improve many aspects, and for every single player, and not for only 1, 2, 3. And I think that this squad has to work to improve his physical condition, to go into my idea of football, to have more order on the pitch, and to be not so emotionally during the game, to improve the capacity also to suffer. We have to improve many aspects, and but for this reason, I think Tottenham decided decided to try not to change something because when the situation is not good, and usually the coach pay and for this, but for sure we have to work together. The players know very well that they have to work a lot, and we need, if we want to try to build something important for the present and for the future, we must be all together and to be focused and also to show they decide to work, they decide to improve the situation. But we are ready to do this.
Thanks, Carrie. George Cummings, please.
Hello, Antonio. I just wondered why you signed an 18.
So far, I mean, that's not all the press conference, but a little bit. What have you taken from it so far? I saw you writing some notes down.
Well, yeah, just so I wouldn't forget, like the first question was about, I actually thought the first question was the best question. It was asking about what does the club have to do to make sure there's some kind of success here. But he didn't really, he danced around that one a little bit.
Yeah.
I noticed, and he gave a sort of politically correct answer. He kind of waffled for a bit, and at the end he just said, yeah, the club is important to win at the end of the season, which is, so I guess he didn't really want to sort of be overt with his opinion on that and what he needed. So he kind of skipped around that a little bit.
What's interesting, I'm not sure if he said it in this press conference or he said it in a previous press conference last night, but he was asked a similar question, right? And he said that everything's in place off the pitch. Now we need to put it in place on the pitch, which I thought was very important and very true, obviously.
What, you think that the infrastructure's right for him?
As in the infrastructure, like not for him specifically, for Tottenham as a club to go on and be successful. Like all the infrastructure off the pitch is there, the training ground, the stadium, the outside finances coming into it and stuff like that from all various avenues. But what's not in place is, like Poch used to say, you can't have this mansion without putting IKEA furniture in it, and that's what it's like at the moment.
Yeah. So from that respect, it's not good enough, and that infrastructure, that is the infrastructure. You need to have that. You need to have that injection of ambition and money to be able to compete.
You could have all the ambition off the pitch you want, but you need to have it on the pitch. Otherwise, it's irrelevant.
So it'd been good if he'd said that, but he's only just joined. He can't really start digging out Levy at this stage, can he? So he kind of gave the answer I kind of expected there.
Yeah.
And then he started talking about. Should we go on to the next questions
he was
asked? Yeah. Then he mentioned quite a few times about the improvements and coming together, and he also mentioned about the physical aspect as well, which was that was interesting. What do you think he means by that? Do you think he means like the fitness aspect of that, or do you just think that we're not tough enough, we're not combative enough? Or
I'm not sure if it's the fitness aspect. I think it's the actual the pure grit within games and lasting 90 minutes and the sheer determination and aggressiveness we show on the pitch. That's what I believe it is.
Yeah, I think so probably as well, because we haven't really. How many times this season we had 90 minutes where we've just
none? We haven't.
Where we've been.
We haven't.
Out.
We haven't. Maybe Man City. That's about it.
Man City actually.
That's the only one. First game of the season.
Although to be honest, what was it? The second half was better than the first against City, wasn't it? I remember.
Sorry, which one?
Against City at home, wasn't it? The second half was much better than the first half.
But I still think we were good for 90 minutes. That's the only game we were good for 90 minutes that game.
You're right, but there's other games all like little moments of bad.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, Ben?
Not really, to be honest. I just love hearing him speak. He's just
You're
one of
wooed
these.
by him.
I really am, and I think that. I don't get anyone that can be negative having this guy as manager. I haven't heard anyone being negative, and I just can't see how they can be, because I think that he just demands respect, and I think that when he speaks, you just listen, as opposed to Nuno when he just speaks and you're just like, not too sure about this.
You're not convinced. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel in safe hands with him. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels like the right man.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And coming from you is big.
Yeah, no, I'll be on. I'm trying to be honest. I probably had the honesty bashed out of me on this channel. I guess I got so much abuse for it, but I definitely feel in better hands with him than I did under Mourinho, I have to say.
Yeah, and the thing is with Mourinho, right? When Mourinho came in, I was not well, I was not for it at all. Like the day before, days leading up after Poch was sacked, when the rumours started coming out, I was completely against it. And I remember Simeon was bang up for it. But then as soon as he came in and gave his first press conference, I jumped on that bandwagon quicker than anything, pretty much. And I do think Jose was kind of let down by the club in some ways.
Yeah.
And I think he could have done a lot better of a job.
How was he let down?
I don't think he got enough in the transfer windows. I think his players turned on him pretty quickly. And obviously he wasn't perfect, and I think his man management skills could have been much better, and he could have done a much better job. But I just don't think he was helped by the club.
What do we? But how do we know that that's not going to happen under Conte?
We don't.
Yeah.
But this is it. This is it for him.
This is his last stand, isn't it?
This is it. It's a Hail Mary for Daniel Levy. You know what I mean? Because if you burn Jose, if you burn Poch, if you burn Redknapp, if you burn Martin Jol, if you burn all these good managers, right? And then you've got a last chance saloon now with Conte. And if you burn Conte as well, on top of all of that, where'd you go after that?
I think at that point he's got to look at himself and go, Mourinho's won trophies at every other club he's been at.
Same with Conte.
And with Conte, and he hasn't won at my club. Need to get another manager. No, hang on a minute. You've got to reduce it down to the common denominator there. Hopefully the penny will drop with Levy at that point, but it probably won't. But I think the fan base will grow, the fact that they'll understand what the core issue is at that point.
I think if Conte does not get the tools that he deserves or he needs to succeed at this club, I don't know if there'll be. Well, definitely ENIC out and Levy out will be the majority. Yeah,
at that point. And so then it will create like a tipping point at that point, I think. Yeah.
I obviously everyone knows my stance on ENIC and Levy during the summer and everything like that. I was heavily ENIC out, Levy out. But right now, I'm not saying any more on it.
Shut and just
I'm not
see how
saying
it goes.
any more on it until I want to see what happens now. Now is where it all comes down to, in my opinion.
Do you know what? I think Levy's with this appointment. I think he's kept the Wolves at bay a little bit. Because I don't know if you know, but they were like fans outside his house, and there was starting to be a real wave of resistance to him. And I think that appointment has battened down the hatches for now. But I still don't think we need to not forget about the fact that he is still the root problem at this club.
I completely agree.
And this is still kind of masking over that. If we can kind of get away with it and maybe pick up a trophy, get top 4, great. But I still think that we can't forget the fact that he is the kind of the problem at the club.
I think, I completely agree. In the recent history, all these managers have failed. He's the common denominator. He's the reason why these managers have failed. I don't argue that whatsoever. But if you got to be ready, because all what we want is what's best for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, right? So if he can bring what's best for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club now, I am actually willing to give him another chance now. But this is the last chance, literally the last chance.
Until he brings in another one to
that's
Guardiola or something, then you'll be like, give him another chance. I know what you mean, though. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut now.
So you're same thinking as me.
Yeah, I am, but I'm kind of putting it to the side, but I'm not forgetting, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
All right, let's carry on with the press conference. This went on a bit of a tangent there.
Contract, and whether you see yourself staying longer than that. Potentially, could you stay longer than the 18 months?
I think my contract is not a problem, and 18 months, and we decided by the club. I understood also the sacrifices that this club did for me, and it's okay, but I think that the best things for us and to work together with the player, with the club, and to understand that we can work together for a long time. I hope so because I think this club, if you want to work, you can work, because you have a fantastic training ground, and the club give you everything. If we ask something to improve the situation of the players. But at the same time, I know that we need to have patience. We need to have patience, and I'm the first person that I need to have patience. Also because when you work with a team, and then especially if you start, you start of the season, you have 1 month to work and to introduce yourself, your staff to the players. To go into the job during the season is not simple, especially because if you want to bring your idea, it's not simple. But for the contract is okay for me, and my hope and to find the right link, the right connection with this club for long time, for sure.
Can you pause it there?
Thanks, George. Ian Abrahams, please.
Hi, Antonio. How are you?
What were your thoughts on him, on the contract situation? 18 months only, with an option to extend if it suits both parties. But what was your initial feeling when you first saw that 18-month only contract for Antonio Conte?
What were my initial thoughts?
'Cause he's saying no problem at all. I mean, what else is he going to say?
Well, he said. See, I don't know what's going on in his mind with that. I don't know whether he genuinely sees it as a short-term thing or whether he's just doing it as a temporary stepping
he says
stone.
there that he hopes to be here a long time.
Yeah, but
And
I'm not sure if
obviously
that's just kind of camera talk, if you know what I mean, or whether
last time he
genuinely
worked with
means
Paratici, he was there for they were there for 5 years
that.
together.
I mean, I really hope that he's seeing this as a just the initial phase for a long-term appointment. I really don't. I hope he doesn't just see it as like a temporary filler thing, and he is just genuinely seeing it as 18 months.
Kwesi Aya says Ben is a Conte sexual.
Already, yeah, I can see a bit of that, definitely. Straight in, yeah.
Who isn't a Conte sexual? Come on.
He's seduced by his eyes and hair.
Exactly, I need to take note.
I definitely prefer listening to him to, let's say, like AVB, and when he used to do his pieces to camera. He's definitely got a little bit more about him, isn't he?
Definitely.
Yeah. What else did you take from that, Ben?
I didn't really take much of it. I just want to know your thoughts on the 18-month contract. I mean, the way I look at it is just Levy kind of just giving himself an out. He doesn't want to be paying off another manager.
If we go through it, Poch, what was his contract going up to? Can you remember? Wasn't that like, that was he had a few years left on that, didn't he?
So I'll tell you, Poch, Mourinho, Nuno, and
Weren't they
Conte,
all around 2023?
All of them,
yeah. So he's paid out quite a lot, hasn't he?
So listen to this. We've got
how much has he paid out?
Poch under contract. Poch, Mourinho, Nuno, and Conte have all signed contracts at Tottenham in the last 2-3 years, all till 2023.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah. I really hope Levy, even just in his head, just says, "I wish I'd just given that money to Poch, to rebuild."
Yeah.
Just think that wasted money trying to like plug the gap on that one. But anyway, just some other things Conte keeps mentioning about patience. I guess maybe even he's concerned that like Levy's a little bit trigger happy. You know what I mean? I do believe that it takes a year for a manager to impart his style and identity on a team, because there's always a residual factor whereby the previous manager, either good or bad, has a certain effect on the players, and that needs to kind of slowly start to dissolve out, and then the new style comes in.
You know what? You say that, right? But Conte came into Chelsea, won the league in his first year. The year before they finished 10th, they were in complete disarray. I was watching a video from Rory. I don't know if you know him from the kickoff. Massive Chelsea fan who digs out Spurs at any single opportunity. When Jose Mourinho came into Spurs, he was laughing at Spurs, at Spurs.
I know. Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
He really hates Spurs.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
He hates us. Yeah.
So he's just done a video when Conte got announced for Spurs, and he was gutted. He was absolutely gutted. He's like, Spurs have finally got it right here. And he was saying, I'm going to go jump off a cliff in the Thames.
Really?
And
Did he
stuff
mean
like
that? It wasn't tongue in cheek.
No, he was actually being genuinely serious. And he's like, this guy, what he does is takes clubs that are in disarray and he makes them into champions, right? And it's not a slow turnaround. It's a quick turnaround.
Sometimes it can be quick, but I would say that.
But every club he's done it. He's done it quick. He's done it quick at Chelsea. I know it's a different club, and they give him the tools to work. But They finished 10th the year before. He won the league in his first season. Inter Milan, right? They finished 4th the year before. In his first season, they finished 2nd, which they really should have won the league. They failed in like the last few games. And the next season after that, they won the league.
But if you look at Chelsea, I know they finished, was it 10th the season before? The season before that, didn't they win? Didn't they?
I think they won the league with Jose, didn't they?
Yeah. So that sometimes happens though with clubs that win the league. The following season, there's this kind of fallout from that high intensity of like trying to like really go full out for the whole season. You'll generally see the following season there can be a little bit of a kind of a compensation for that energetically. You know, you saw that even with Liverpool last season, right?
Yeah.
So I would just say that as well. You know, you have to just
I get that point for sure.
Yeah. But
you know,
maybe they.
Inter Milan hadn't won a league for 12, 13 years or something.
Yeah.
He came in straight away, got them challenging. First year, just about finished 2nd, should have won the league. And like I said, they won the league the year after.
Different, yeah. It's a different kettle of fish, though, the Italian league to the Premier League, and obviously with us, we're a totally different breed of clubs compared to what he's used to as well. You know.
And you know Juventus, right? How he started that dominant period for Juventus in the Italian league, right? When they won, I think it was 13 titles in a row or something. He won their first 5, I think it was.
What was Conte the following season? Did he finish just outside Champions League? Conte
with where Chelsea?
Yeah.
I think I can't actually remember where he finished in his last season.
It might have been. I think I remember it being 5th, and that was the reason he got. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is with Juventus, right? He started that dominant period of Serie A with Juventus. The recent dominant one, and then it actually took for him at Inter to finish that dominant run as well. So he started it and finished it. I can't think of another manager that has done that.
You are a Conte-sexual.
No, but seriously, is that not really impressive?
It is, but I do think that you'll see a lot of managers, they'll be successful abroad, they'll come to Spurs and totally bomb out. So I don't completely
because Spurs is the black hole of success.
We are like the poison chalice, aren't we? That's the thing. We are, in a way, that Spurs managerial position is a little bit of a poison chalice. Over the years, historically, it has been. You'll take very good managers abroad that have been killing it abroad. They come here, and for some reason, it's just, it just doesn't work out. So the ultimate test is if he can do it at Spurs, he is the ultimate elite manager.
He is. But I don't think he comes here without thinking that he can do something. I know Jose Mourinho probably also thought he could do something, but I think a lot more has come out about this squad since Jose has had it, since Nuno has had it, since the latter parts of Poch. When Jose first came in, we didn't actually realise how much of a deep trouble we were in until he actually came, and because anything can get stale under one manager, but when it happens under one manager, 2 managers, 3 managers, there's real problems there. So Conte will be full aware of those problems, and he rejected the job in the summer. What have we said to him to make it accept it now?
We don't know, do we?
You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to come because our club did not. Whatever he said in his press conference,
it's not true, was it?
Not
what
true.
He said about emotional attachment.
He didn't come because we didn't show him enough ambition. So I want to know, what ambition have we shown him in these chats to make him want to come here?
Or just paid him a lot of money.
Yeah, but we would have paid him close to the same anyway.
Yeah. I think I don't know, but it definitely has to be. He has to get some level of investment beyond what we've seen in the past.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's just going to be Groundhog Day. So, and do you think that's going to happen? Do you think January's going to get a little bit of a?
People are saying we're going to spend a lot of money in January, but I can't see us buying more than 2 players max. Absolute max. 1 player probably.
And we'll probably have to ship out like 2 or 3 players as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but you know what's really worries me is the English quota. Because we're very thin on the English quota, and we're already talking about wanting to ship out Winks and a few other of these English players. So we're going to need to sign English then if we sell English. That's the problem.
And who is there? That's the thing, yeah.
So look, we'll have to see how it plays out. We'll have to see how it plays out. But let's carry on listening to this press conference.
More, okay.
How long left is there of this press conference?
Hey, I'm fine.
You're an elite manager, a serial winner, a Premier League winner. Is this your biggest challenge ever as a manager in trying to turn Spurs into a winning team? And regarding Harry Kane, a player who wanted to leave in the summer, are you the man to make Harry Kane stay for the rest of his career at Spurs?
This is a big challenge, a big challenge. And I know very well that this club is not winning for many years. But I think the win, you have to build the win. The win didn't happen after 1, 2, 3 days, 1 month, 2 months. You must have vision. I think this club had a great vision outside of the pitch. Now I think we have to start to have a vision also on the pitch, on the football topic, and I think this is important if we want to win. The club has showed that they work very well with the stadium, with the training ground. Now I think that we need time, but time and a vision, because only if you have a vision in football, you can start to build something important for the present, for the future. And yeah, I think now I repeat, and the club took this choice, and I'm pleased, I'm honored about this choice. But at the same time, I know that we need time, and I need time to work. I need time to change something here on the pitch, because outside is fantastic, it's great, and maybe too much. And on the pitch, I think that we have to change. We have to change many things, and it can happen in short time. I must be honestly, and but we are strong, and we want to improve with the players. We want to work every day to try to build something to be proud of our fans.
Can you pause
Thanks,
it there?
Ian. Jerry Cox, please.
I thought that was really interesting what he said there, that he was talking about basically what we were talking about before, on and off the pitch, right? The successes of this club. And he said maybe it's too much off the pitch success. Did you hear what he said there?
That's not what I wrote down.
What did you write down?
No, he was saying that the club has vision off the pitch. So he's talking about the training ground, the stadium, but he says we need to have a vision on the pitch.
Yeah, and then after that, he said, when he was talking about the training ground and everything going on outside the club, then he said maybe it's too much, because maybe it just doesn't align.
I missed that bit.
You missed it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I heard anyway.
Is that what you heard? Yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting, but what did you find interesting?
Well, he didn't actually answer the Harry Kane question, did he?
Yeah.
I was hoping he was going to make a comment about that, but he just kind of gave very platitudinal answers to that, I thought, which we kind of all know. He kind of blends a lot of his answers into one sort of generic answer, doesn't he, about the club has everything in place and then we've got to do it on the pitch kind of thing. He sort of says that for a lot of answers, doesn't he, whatever he's asked.
Yeah. What do you expect him to say to
Well,
that,
exactly. He can hardly be brutally honest, can he, and say exactly what the issue is, just when he's sort of getting to know everyone and also trying to keep things on good terms with Daniel, you know. Yeah, I don't know really. There wasn't. I couldn't really take much from that because it's just similar to his other answers. We can't. We need patience. We need time. Yeah, we know that. But at the same time, he did say it can be quick as well. He said, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah.
He goes, "It can be quick if we're strong on the pitch."
Yeah, and that's
so,
what it comes down to.
That was what you were saying before about it can be a quick resolve. Like
it can be, but this is Tottenham.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. But he did.
That's the most honest thing you've said today.
He did say though, like maybe it's too much the success off the pitch, which I found really interesting.
Yeah, but what does he mean by that?
That's what I want to know. That's what I'm asking.
What, the fact that we've got like a £1 billion stadium and it's all set up for glory when we're not quite there on the pitch with our players?
Because usually, what a club does is right, they have all this success on the pitch and then they grow their infrastructure around the club. We've done it the absolute opposite direction.
Well, when we actually moved stadium, we were like at probably the best we've ever been,
but still not good enough. Still hadn't won anything.
Trophy-wise, yeah, but I think the actual that last season at White Hart Lane was probably the strongest team we've seen in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
So probably was it was probably the right timing to change stadiums, wasn't it?
No, I don't think
Because
so.
I think if we'd gone into the stadium change with the team now, we'd have really struggled, especially going to Wembley with this team.
No, because if we would have stayed at White Hart Lane and had nothing to do, the stadium hadn't come about right, we'd have all that money to pump into the team.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I would have happily stayed at
That's
White Hart
why we
Lane.
left White Hart Lane too early, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm saying we were lucky that we had that team to make the transition. If we'd had this team making that transition, we'd have really struggled in the league. Because playing at Wembley with this team.
This is what I'm saying, right? Is that you said like the stadium came about, blah blah blah, and the stadium came about at completely the wrong time.
No, I agree.
And what
with
I'm
that.
saying is we need to build the success on the pitch, not just having a good team and challenging for things, actually having a good team and winning things.
Mate, if it was up to me, I'd still be at White Hart Lane.
But what I'm saying is, usually clubs, they have success on the pitch, and I don't mean success just by playing well and just about getting there. Having success, long sustained periods of success, winning trophy after trophy, title after title, and then you build what's around you, right? If we would have stayed at White Hart Lane for the next, let's say, 2-3 years after that, and let's say we would have won a few things with this team, with a few additions in the squad, and then you build the stadium, after a bit of success.
I think you could have been waiting forever then, to be honest with you. There was no guarantee we're going to win trophies, was there? And look what happened to Arsenal. They won the double, didn't they? They were winning trophies, and then they moved stadiums, and it took them, about 10 years to start feeling at home there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
So I don't think trophies is the necessary structure, the conditions for you to move stadiums. I actually think that timing-wise, I think I would have loved to see us stay and put all that money into the team. We could have become a superpower in Europe. We really could have done. But then again, we might not have won anything as well. And then what? Then we have to stay at White Hart Lane, no trophies and no move as well. So, What do people think in the comment section?
Yeah, let us know in the comment section what your thoughts are on that. But let's move on to... let's keep going.
Is he still going? Go on, Conte.
Antonio.
Hi.
What was your first message to the players, and how did they react? How did you find the group when you spoke to them for the first time?
Well, I found a group of players with great availability, and as I said to you before, and it's not a good thing when during the season the club decide to change the coach, because it's traumatic, no? It's traumatic for everybody. But at the same time, I think that I have found great availability with the players. They will, they decide to work, but after 2-3 days, I think it's a short time to answer this question. I hope that this commitment, this attitude, this behavior continues for the rest of the season, because we need totally availability of the players if we want to try to change something of negative in positive.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Dan Kilpatrick, please.
Hi, Antonio. You talked about patience a lot and building something gradually, but have you talked to Daniel and Fabio about what the realistic targets for this season are? I mean, do you think, for example, you could win a trophy this season or get back in the top 4 this season? Thanks.
Well, I think now to tell that we have a specific target is not simple, and I think the club and is the same Paratici knows very well which is the situation, and I think in this moment is not good, is not fair to tell we want to do this or we want to reach this. I think in this moment we have only to be strong, to start to work together, and to think that we need to improve, and there is a lot of space for improvement in this team. But we have to repeat. and now, and more than also in the past. And after 3-4 days, I say that we need to work more.
Thanks, Dan. And finally in this section, Francesco Cossati, please.
Buonasera mister, domanda in italiano, le chiedo anche la risposta in italiano. Ha detto che c'è tanto da lavorare, allora le chiedo quali sono i primi aspetti su cui ha già iniziato a lavorare, su cui sta lavorando, e anche guardando alla prossima sfida con l'Everton, le difficoltà di questa partita, una squadra che ha più o meno una classifica simile alla vostra, un campionato diverso, ma i punti sono più o meno quelli. Grazie.
Answer in Italian. Ok. Sicuramente stiamo lavorando su tanti aspetti, ci stiamo focalizzando un pochettino prima di tutto sul mettere un po' ordine in campo, perché io penso che una squadra comunque che vuole raggiungere dei risultati deve avere ordine. Stiamo cercando di lavorare da un punto di vista tattico in modo che questa squadra abbia una propria identità sia nella fase offensiva che nella fase difensiva, con la mia idea di calcio.
No. All right, so we have to cut that off there because none of us are fluent in Italian.
No.
So
Any ideas? Any ideas on that one?
But did you take anything away from the last few comments that was said?
Well, you could see when he said we need to work hard.
Yeah.
I got that sense of, there's a lot of work to be done, and you could see that coming across, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Quite strongly.
Definitely. All right, so that is the press conference. I want to know your thoughts on the press conference. I want to know your thoughts on the game this weekend as well. Obviously at Goodison Park Sunday. But now it is your time to have your say on the big game this weekend. Click the link in the community section to come and join us. Have we got people waiting?
Yeah, there's a super chat.
Super chat. Let me go to this super chat. Stephen Blaus says, without the infrastructure, we don't get Conte. Which is a very good point, to be fair. It is a very good point. But
how did we get Jose then?
We had the infrastructure under Jose before Jose came in too. We had the stadium, we had the training ground, we have all this nice stuff.
That's always going to be there though, isn't it? The training ground,
but I think he's responding to the conversation we were having before in terms of we left White Hart Lane too early and that kind of sense, where what he's saying is that if we didn't leave White Hart Lane, the infrastructure wouldn't be there.
Yeah, so the stadium and the training ground, yeah.
Do the big managers come here because we've got this big shiny stadium and this new training ground and, we're built up for success, but we're not actually built up for success because of our owners?
They probably come along...
illusion of success, shall I say?
So say that question again.
I was saying, do you think these managers, a Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, still come here if we don't have this stadium, we don't have this training ground, and if we're not giving off this illusion of success?
Would Jose Mourinho have come to us if we weren't in this stadium? I don't know. I get the impression if the money was right, he still might have come to us. To be honest with you, I'm not convinced by that.
What about Conte?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether the stadium does play. Obviously, when they get here and they see that, they obviously think, this club is going somewhere. There's clearly a vision. Yeah, Conte said there, there's a vision. Off the pitch, there's a vision. We need a vision on the pitch. But whether or not I think that's the deciding factor for a manager or not, I'm not sure that would have made much of a difference. I think they also look at the players that are there. They look at recent history. They look at the managers just before. They look at the success of those players or not success. In our regard. So I don't know. I still think we probably could have got Conte even if we were still at White Hart Lane. To be honest with you. What do you think? Do you think we need that? We need a shiny stadium to convince someone like him?
I think it all depends on the context, doesn't it? If we would have stayed at White Hart Lane and we would have gone on to do big things, then I think we could have attracted him. But I don't know. It's a really difficult question because it all depends on the context. You don't really know what the context is because it never happened.
I mean, do you think if we were so he's picking up the club and we're in 7th place. End of last season, 7th place. And if we were at White Hart Lane and we just finished 5th, let's say, do you think that he's more likely to join us now than he would back then?
Sorry, if we finished 5th.
So let's say we just finished outside Champions League at White Hart Lane. or we even finish fourth and don't make it like we did under Redknapp. Do you think that's more or less appealing than coming to a club that just finished this seventh? We've got a new stadium.
It's a difficult question, man. It's a very difficult question.
What I'm trying to say is, do you think that the stadium makes a big impact in seeing the vision?
I think it does. Manager? I think it makes a big impact because it gives the illusion of being a massive club. That stadium, when you walk into that stadium, you think you're about to watch the champions every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not. You see bargain basement football. It does give an illusion of a massive football club. It really does. So I think that when managers, when they come and have their meetings and they walk into that stadium for the first time, they're like, wow, this club has the potential to like... And I think any manager that fancies themselves goes into that stadium, speaks to Daniel Levy, gets sold the dream.
Yeah, he's probably good. He's good at pitching it, isn't he, Daniel?
You know what I mean?
Probably,
they get sold the dream.
Yeah.
And they all think they fancy themselves to turn it around. They'll be like, how's this club not won anything in years?
That's what I think they probably think. Go, yeah, how come it's not? They're just waiting for that manager to make it click, and then it's all going to be everything comes into alignment. Yeah. Little do they know when they get in the job, things don't kind of work out that way.
Yeah.
Over the.
But I think this time it has to be different. It has to be different.
Otherwise, the common denominator is going to come down to Levy.
I mean, the common denominator.
We know it is already
Daniel Levy.
But I think at that point, everyone will know. Then it will all come out.
Yeah. Rambo with the super chat saying, who did Conte bring in when he was at Chelsea player-wise? Well, I've got it up in front of me. I've got his most expensive signings. And to be honest, it doesn't read too well, to be honest. His most expensive signing was Alvaro Morata. We all know how that one turned out.
Yeah.
59 million.
Wow.
Second most expensive was Bakayoko. That didn't really work out. Mishi Batshuayi for 35 million, didn't really work out. Drinkwater for 35 million, which didn't really work out. Conte, N'Golo Kante was probably the biggest one. I mean, obviously, everyone knows he's been one of the best players in the Premier League since that title-winning season with Leicester. David Luiz, Rudiger, Zappacosta, Marcus Alonso, Emerson, Giroud, and Barkley.
Was Morata his signing?
I don't know if it was him specifically, but they signed him when he was at the club.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
So you don't actually know who specifically was his signings, but out of those lists, those are all the players that he spent money on. Not that good players there, to be fair. I never actually realised this. This is something I'm finding out now. But he didn't have Paratici with him, so...
Lucky we've got Paratici then.
But you would say that the picks there, Antonio, Rudiger, and N'Golo Kante, really. Yeah. The rest of them, Marcus Alonso potentially, but the rest of them, really not great, to be honest. I mean, he spent close to 100 million on Morata and Bakayoko.
It's very rare, though, for a manager to all his signings to come off. You'll normally find...
This is the majority bad.
Yeah.
But again, he won the league in his first year, so you can't really knock it.
Exactly. It worked. The formula works, whatever happened.
Yeah. Apparently the audio is... Okay.
Tripping out, people are saying.
All right, let's go on to the fans and the call-ins. How many we got waiting?
Someone's just left. Hold on. Oh, no, we got back. 3 waiting.
All right, KPV, let's have ya. Carl, how's it going, man?
Oh, good.
Yeah, you enjoying yourself under Conte?
Of course. Why not?
Why not?
What do you think Conte can achieve at Tottenham this season?
Achievable. Well, I'd prefer to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. But, yeah, why not win all 3? That's the domestic treble. Not the treble, but the domestic treble. You know what I mean?
What, the league?
No, the Conference League we're in.
All right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's not domestic then, is it?
Well, fair enough. I'm just saying, like you saw what happened with City 2019. They won the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Prem, and that's basically domestic. But if the Conference League isn't domestic, then fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, it would be nice to win those 3. Then, yeah, but I want to get back in that Champions League place, man, because we've not been in it since 2019, and I just want to get back in it and win it because Conte's actually never won it, and that's the only thing he has never won. So we need that trophy soon enough and get back in, but that's what he has never won. Buffon never won it. players that he's had, they've never won it. So, yeah, I want to get back in there.
So, if you could choose one, what would you have? Would you have Champions League, or would you, or the two FA Cup and League Cup? Let's say.
Well, obviously it's got to be the Champions League because we all know how that turned out in the final.
Wait, do you mean qualifying for the Champions League, or do you mean winning?
Yeah, no, I'm saying
League?
get into the Champions League places to qualify, or
my bad.
Yeah.
What, to qualify? I'd go for the FA Cup because that.
Right.
Yeah, FA Cup because that's what I want. I want that FA Cup back at the Lane. Not Arsenal, not Chelsea, not anyone. It's our time, not those clubs I just said, because we all know the scum have won it many times, and Man United just can't catch 14. And yeah, it's Arsenal think they can win it, but I've had enough of those scumbags winning it. It's our time now. North London is white and forever be white. So I want the FA Cup. That's what
I agree. I would take that.
You know, I kind of disagree with you guys. I would take a Champions League probably because I think it's more important for the football club in terms of, you know, I think winning an FA Cup, I'll bite your hand off for it and I'll do.
I think we're desperate for a trophy.
We are desperate.
We are desperate for a trophy.
We are desperate
next year. We, you know, but I just think we just need a trophy under our belt. I don't know. We've been waiting so long for it. I just think that we're always just going for Champions League spots, but we're never really going.
All right, let me ask you
these
this:
trophies.
Would you prefer to qualify for Champions League and win the Conference League, or win the FA Cup and finish 5th?
I'd rather win the FA Cup.
Really?
Personally, yeah, I would. Yeah.
Wow. Carl, what would you
It's been
prefer?
1991 last time we won the FA Cup. I just think that we just need a big trophy under our belt, and then, you know, let's say next year then we can go for Champions League spots. But I just think that's what's missing, and it's affecting the morale of the whole team. You can see some of those senior players. You know, it's just all the kind of hope is drained out of them.
Go on, Carl.
I'd rather, like I said, I'd want to win the FA Cup, but now you mentioned it, I'd rather qualify for the Champions League.
You swung it well on. More persuasive.
I'm going to give a Ben on this one, but yeah, like thoughts on the game. Now I'm going to say, like, obviously we haven't won at Goodison since 2018, and we all know we battered Everton 6-2, and we all know Kane loves scoring against Everton. So if you have him in your FPL teams, guys, this is me telling you, captain Kane this weekend, then I'll be happy. Captain the King, because he loves scoring against Everton. So, or triple captain him, whatever you decide to do, just triple captain or just captain him. Then if he scores a hat-trick, then boom, boom. But yeah, if you have him in your team, then just captain the King.
What do you reckon the score's going to be this weekend, Carl?
Well, I don't want a 2-2 draw because we all know what happened earlier this year. We drew 2-2 because Kane scored 2, then went off injured. So, but I want say 4-2. Let's go for 4-2 because I want 4. Yeah, score 4. And it, like I said before, it doesn't matter who scores the goals, but Kane and Son linking up again, like assist or score, that partnership was outstanding last season because teams couldn't deal with it, could they?
Do you think Conte is going to bring that back? Do you reckon he's going to get the best out of Kane and Son again?
Of course. Like, Son wants to stay and Kane wants to stay, so Conte can get the best out of them. And I heard some of my friends said that we're linked with Morata, but no thanks. Morata can just stay wherever he is. And I heard the rumours that Eriksen could be coming back, but have you read anything about that yet?
I heard a slight rumour, not from a very reliable source, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I'll tell you why. Because he's been banned from playing in Italy this year because of everything that happened in the summer. And if he's banned from playing in Italy, then I can't see him being able to play
in England,
in any of the top countries, to be fair.
Okay. Then who's going to take free kicks? Because Trippier did score a cracking one for England and Tottenham in the same year before. So, but Kane's not good at free kicks. it should be either Son or Dyer for me.
I don't
So
understand why Son
Son
doesn't
not
take
take-
free
yeah.
kicks. That's what I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Kane just takes them because he's not good at them. Like,
Yeah.
I think it should
Don
be
Corleone,
Dyer
no?
or-
He's Don Corleone.
Why does Kane even take him? Because he's
Yeah.
not good at them. Like, the last one he took was against Villa at Villa Park in 2014. That actually took a deflection off Baker. So
Do you know what it is with his free kicks? I would say Kane's actually he's better at free kicks from further out than he is close in. And I'll tell you why, because
Yeah.
look at his penalty technique. He drives every penalty, doesn't he? When he's close to the edge of the area, he doesn't quite have the crest up and under type free kicks that you see, where you take off a little bit of pace. And I think if he is going to take a free kick, take it from a bit further out, and then Dyer's not great either, but when he misses by less. And let him take the free kicks when they're a little bit closer to the edge of the area, I'd say. But yeah, we do need a proper set piece taker, don't we?
I don't know if you guys saw, but Spurs released a training video last week or 2 weeks ago of Son taking free kicks.
And it was probably pretty good, wasn't
Dynamite,
it?
mate.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I said it on the
Absolute
unpopular
dynamite.
opinions. Remember, I called in and that was my unpopular opinion.
Yeah, and it's spot on in my opinion. I think Son needs to be on free kicks.
Yeah. Why can't we see that? What is the reason why they won't let him have a go? There must be a reason for it. Why not?
Don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it?
Do they have some kind of thing in the training ground? Whoever shows X amount of goals in the free kicks, set piece part of the training, or so, what is it?
I don't know. It baffles me.
Yeah.
It baffles
Maybe
me.
Conte can sort.
When's
that
the
out.
last time we scored a free kick in the league?
Oh, that's a good question.
when was the last time? I think it was against Everton in May 2019, and I believe Ericsson scored that in a 2-2 draw. So
Knowledge.
that was the last time I believe we scored one. So
Carl, you got a better memory than Sim.
That is sim-like. That is absolutely sim-like in your recall there.
Anyway, Sim doesn't know anything. Only I know.
Go on, Carl. Go on, Carl. Shots have been fired.
Shots have been fired to you, Sim. I know you're watching this, kid, but yeah, you don't know much about our club. Only I do, kiddo. So when you I'm gonna have a word with
Carl,
you,
have you
Sim.
been spending a bit too much time in the vineyard today, by any chance?
In the vineyards? That's where grapes grow.
Who wants to see a boxing match? Carl Patrick against Sim. Who wants to see it? Put it in the comments section.
Put in the comment section, guys. If you want to see a boxing match, me versus Sim, no holds barred, I win, then Sim must do a forfeit. Do you want to see that? Put it in the comment section below.
I love it. He's called him out. He's called him a celebrity boxing match. I like this.
All right, Carl, you
Brilliant.
are an absolute legend, my friend. You are an absolute legend.
So, yes, I'm going 4-2. I'm going 4-2.
going 4-2 as
Don
well.
and Kane to score 2 each.
All right, I love that. Absolutely love that. Carl, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming on today, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon, my
See you,
friend.
Carl.
See you, mate.
See you,
Bye.
man. See ya.
Wow.
What a legend
Wow.
that man is. What a legend. Would you like to see that fight?
I would love to see that. Like we film that like we filmed Brian's tattoo. Get the crew down there, and they'll film. We've got to
Nice
film.
little Jake edit on top. It would be nice.
We've got to film Sim doing his reply like they do the boxers. You know? Yeah, you want a piece of me? Yeah, I want a piece of you.
Well, Sim hasn't commented. He hasn't messaged.
Sim, where
me,
are
so
you,
I don't know
mate?
if
We
he's
need to hear.
watching.
We need to get a video from you doing a reply.
We
Are
need
you
to
in?
hear from you, Sim. So call in, Sim. We need to get a reply to that. Forget about the game.
Yeah.
Forget about the game. We want to know about you and Carl Patrick's boxing match
Oh,
about to
that'd be
happen.
hilarious.
We've got.
Oh, Eugene's
Go on,
Park,
read it out.
Super chat. I'd pay to see Sim versus Carl boxing match.
How much
There
would
we
you pay, Eugene? How much? And Sebastian Wolf with the super chat saying, "Can we finally get Dybala with Conte and Paratici at the wheel? Would be a great playmaker. Thoughts?" Yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't want Paulo Dybala? But we've been burnt by that before, so I'm not holding too much on that.
No, I've kind of let that one go. If you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
me
It gets
too.
me too excited and I get too disappointed. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, who is
Oh, well,
next?
we did have.
Yeah,
we
Sylvester.
Did have Sylvester.
Sylvester was there.
I read it
We've
out.
read that one. Yeah.
Eugene's. Yeah, I read that one.
Rambro's saying
He's
my
back.
money on Carl.
He's on the phone though. Is he?
Sylvester, get off the phone,
No,
man.
let's
We
talk
need
to-
bring
let's
you
talk to him
on.
when he's on the phone. Let's-
We need to bring you on, Sylvester.
Put him on, just for a laugh.
Don't put him on. Who knows what he's saying?
Can you not hear him?
Go on, put him on, go on.
Sylvester!
Hey! Sylvester, how you doing?
Sylvester!
He doesn't know. Let's listen to his conversation.
Is there anyone else waiting?
Oh dear. That'd have been a bit awkward if the phone call was something, unsavoury there.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
All right.
All right, who have we
New
got
one
here?
lined up.
We got Rovshan waiting as well. Come on, let's speak to Rovshan. We'll get him on next. Rovshan, how's it going, my brother?
Hello, fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
You're looking a bit tired. Are you all right, mate?
No, just I haven't done anything today. Yeah.
It's how are you feeling at the moment, Rovshan, with the club and everything? Conte at the wheel. How did you assess last night's performance?
Excited, just excited. You know, when first time you said me that if you want Nuno sacked and replaced by another manager, I would say no because it's too early. But when it's about Conte, you have to say yes, like change the manager and bring Conte because he's a proven winner, world-class manager. Like that's why it's like I can imagine myself being excited every game. First 2-3 months, like fully excited because of Conte. It's like I'm really interested to see what can he bring to us. Like, but again, I say that's the thing. Like, we brought Conte to succeed, and we haven't won things for so long now. Like, let's say after 1991, we have only won 2 League Cups. Like not even a major trophy, let's say. So that's why every other fans banter us, like joke with us. So that's why now we brought this manager to succeed, and it's the last chance. Like if we don't succeed under Conte, we will have to wait another 15 years to win trophy. That's it. Like it's like Tottenham will be a club that no one like will want to support anymore because like. We have brought one of the best managers in the world. That's the end. Like you cannot do better than this about managerial situation. Now it's all about backing him. Yeah, again I say, and I look forward like that he will bring us success, like trophies, like competing for the title in the Premier League maybe next year. But again, at the end of the day, it's Tottenham. Like everything can happen. Like. That's the suspect that I have in my mind. But like again, I say it's since Conte arrived, I've been so excited. Yeah, you cannot expect to change things dramatically in the first 3 weeks, maybe first 2 months, maybe because team has so many problems. Of course, you know, like as he said in the press conference, he seems to be he saw. There are so many problems and physically, tactically, and player-wise. So I think it will take maybe 1 or 2 months to fix some little issues. But this season, I believe we will have proper identity. Like under Nuno, after 10 games in the Premier League, still we didn't have that identity. What are we playing? What kind of game are we playing? But I believe, like under Conte, after like 1 month, 2 months, we will have a proper identity that we are that kind of side. We play in a in a one way. Like we will have an identity, like, and that's very good thing for this season. But again, I think this season, I don't expect us to just get top 4. Like maybe it would be nice to win Carabao Cup or FA Cup because it's just one match thing. It's winnable for Conte, and it would be nice. But then in the summer transfer window, in the January transfer window, we have to solve the problems with it's like Paratici's job to do. And then the next season, We have to look forward to get maybe top 4, maybe or challenging for the title. The Conte is capable of doing that kind of things, fix teams very quickly. Yeah.
Roshan, how much investment do you think Conte needs to be able to really genuinely get us into a title challenging team or squad, should I say?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, sorry, there's a bit of background noise there. I was just saying, how much investment do you think Conte needs to genuinely take us and turn us into a title challenging team?
Like I think he needs an investment in every position. Like we have a problem. I think we have problem in every position. Like in defense, we have problem. We have to bring some 2-1-2 quality defenders in midfield, in attack. So that means we have to spend too much. Like actually, like we have to be so active in the transfer window because again, I said we don't have a good squad. Like when he was at Inter, when he was at Chelsea, they had actually a good squad. Like they made some additions, but this Tottenham squad is nowhere near good enough for top 4, like or just another thing. So I think beginning from the January transfer window, also in the summer transfer window, we have to bring some quality, really, players that Conte wants. So I think too much.
Rovshan, in terms of the game this weekend, how are you confident going into it?
I'm excited. Let's say not confident, but excited. I'm not worried as well, like because Everton is not in a good form, obviously. But yeah, again, I'm excited because we will see another things about Conte in this game. Also, like I won't say about Conte, like when you are a player at Tottenham, like maybe you're Harry Kane or a random Tottenham player, you see a mid-table average manager coming and manage you like Nuno. Of course, you are not going to get excited that much. But then after that, when one of the main men in football comes to manage you, of course, I think this can very affect Tottenham in a good way. The players, they can be very excited. So I think that like in this first matches, I think every football player in this football club, I think, will put their 100% to just make themselves seem as a hard worker in Conte's eyes. Yeah, I look forward to every game. Excited. But tomorrow Everton, like he's just there. He's just here for 3-4 days, so he may not be like commit all his things at the moment, of course. So I am excited for all the games. Not confident and not worried, unless it's a top 6 team.
And what sort of lineup are you expecting in comparison to last night?
The same system, 3-4-3, but maybe he can take Davies out and put Sanchez, maybe Tanganga. And maybe he can use Ndombele because Højbjerg played the full game yesterday. Maybe he's physically not ready. Maybe he can play Ndombele, but I expect the same formation.
All right, Rovshan, and score prediction?
2-1.
2-1. Who's going to get the goals?
I hope Harry Kane. He needs goals.
Yeah. All right, Rovshan, big up, legend. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
Thank you, please. See you.
See you, Rovshan.
Great call from Rovshan there. Carl Patrick Vineyard with the super chat here. And he says, I will beat Sim in 10 rounds. Come on, you Spurs. Thanks for having me on your channel. Always welcome, Carl. Always welcome. And I'm sure Simeon is quaking in his boots.
I love these little side narratives we create on this channel, it just goes off into many different directions. Now we've got a boxing match.
So I see Sylvester's still on the phone.
Okay, he's loving it, isn't he, Sylvester? Sim.
It's different Sim. It's a different Sim.
I thought Sim was going to come straight in with his rebuttal, his response.
Is Sim going to turn on his camera? Are these the only two waiting? Yeah. So we've got 2 people waiting in the back. One is on the phone, and one won't turn their camera on. So where do we go?
Where do we go from here? I like what Rovshan was saying. He goes, I'm not confident, but I'm excited.
Yeah, and I
know what he's saying there.
I kind of feel the same.
Yeah, and because it's like, I don't even really mind what happens against Everton, if I'm being honest with you, because this is the sort of period where he's getting a chance to learn. It's the learning period.
Yeah.
And it's also about the players. It's like blanking the canvas for the players to go. It's a fresh start. I've got a chance to prove myself. You get that little wave, don't you, where you start to see all the effort come back into the players again. Where some of the players where their heads might have gone, you get a little injection again of something.
And sometimes when you kind of win the first few games of a new regime like this, it kind of papers over a few cracks. You know what I mean? And you kind of forget those cracks are there.
Yeah, that's true as well. So either win or lose, it's going to be good for the whole learning.
And then the kind of cracks appear themselves a bit later on in the season, and you're just like, why did
we deal with that right at the beginning? So that's why, even if it is bad, that will be good.
And that's what I was saying to you last night on the fan show. That's the kind of what I was alluding to.
Yeah, with yesterday's game.
Yeah,
you saw everything. Yeah. The raw, what do you say, the dirty martini?
The good, the bad, and the ugly, you know what I mean? So Josh with a super chat here saying, what trophies do you think we could actually challenge for this season and actually have a chance of winning? So I think we can challenge for everything apart from the Premier League, really, that we're in. I don't see why not.
What does that mean, though, challenging? I mean, does that mean...
Go far in the tournament, at least.
Go deep.
Yeah.
Go deep.
I think we can run deep in the FA Cup. I mean, we're already in the quarterfinals.
I think we've got a mental block with semi-finals in the FA Cup, so I can't see us getting further than semi-finals. I think we could get a league. We can, final.
League Cup and
final.
Man City are out of it. Remember?
Yeah, I think League Cup finals possible.
And Conference League. I don't see why we can't go and win that.
Yeah, we need to get over the line in one of these cup competitions, because I think there is some kind of mental block.
Are you like the same thinking of Simeon, where you just don't care about the Conference League whatsoever?
Yeah, I don't really care about it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I mean, I think as it progresses, I'll get more into it, but I just feel as though it's a little bit of a distraction. Sometimes
I get that.
Sometimes
but even the
team
Europa League is like that in the group stages.
I know. It's just, but sometimes you'll find that the teams that they're out of these types of competitions, they have that season without, and they do really well. They have that fresh start, don't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have all that congestion of fixtures and you've got to travel all the way to some place you've never heard of before, it's some kind of, I don't know what it is. It's like a drain on the team.
Yeah, I would say that's the same for the Europa League as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does the Conference League only get singled out because it's a new tournament and because it's like a bit of a less quality than the Europa League?
But I also feel that a little bit about Europa as well, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's fair. Then that's fair enough. I mean, I think it's fair enough to think about that for both tournaments, but I don't really see too much of a difference with both. I mean, yeah, there's less quality in the Conference League, but it's still, they're both as draining on your season as each other.
I just don't think we've got enough to compete in the league, FA Cup, League Cup, and Europe. You even saw that under Poch. I remember when we were fighting for the title against Leicester. I think if I know this is like a sliding doors moment, but had Harry Kane not won that penalty, scored that penalty where to draw when Leicester were 1-0 up, I think we win the league. Which is sad to say that, but I just think that, and we were trying to go so hard in all the competitions. Remember, I think we lost to Dortmund that year, didn't we? Did we not?
Yeah, we did.
And I think we were.
Yeah, but it was when Toby Alderweireld did that mad skill.
Yeah,
do you remember?
But that was the game, wasn't it? We were like juggling too many balls at that time. If we'd just gone full pelt, stuck all our eggs into the league. Because I think we were better than Leicester. It's just we were fighting over, we were stretching.
But Leicester just got all the luck that time. Do you remember early on in that season at White Hart Lane when Robert Hoof scored in the last minute? If we would have won that game.
And teams were rolling over for Leicester, I think, and making it their FA Cup final for us.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway.
Exactly. All right, are any of these guests going to come on? If not, we're going to end the stream.
Sylvester's still on the phone, would you believe?
We'll give them 10 seconds. They've already had like 20 minutes.
Sylvester! You're live, Sylvester.
No, we brought him on before and you didn't realise, so. What about Sim? All right, let's just end the stream, all right?
Okay.
What a shame. Sorry, Sylvester, but we tried. We did try.
Yeah.
But thank you, everyone, for your input in today's stream. That is your pre-match fan show. We'll be back with a predicted lineup and match preview tomorrow. Then, obviously, all the match day content on Sunday. On Sunday. Build up to the big Everton game. Looking forward. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a pre-match pump up this weekend unless. Unless
I might be doing that. Yeah.
Unless.
I like that. Yeah. I like that little look.
Yeah. But someone says they're waiting. Rambro.
What about me? I'm waiting.
No, we can't see you, Rambro. Unfortunately, we can't
That's a
see
good
you.
name.
Can you see him? No. All right. So thank you everyone for watching today. Predicted lineup will be with you tomorrow as well as the match preview. So thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.